Hey team, hello. All right. Um, it has been a fun week. I literally was noticing that it's already past 7, trying to send a message on my phone and do too many things at once. Pretty typical story. I have also realized that I probably need to adjust a couple of settings to get this working smoothly for you tonight. But in the meantime, this is some crazy, crazy news that's happened this week. I'm going to load it up. I'm going to just tweak a couple of settings. And thanks, Mark. I'll be back in 1 minute max, I promise. But let's just load this crazy. I still kind of can't believe this has happened, but let's load this crazy image on the screen. It's pretty crazy, don't you think? Anyone? Yeah. Stream. We're on 7 Sharp again tonight. We just filmed at a local venue down in Lincoln. So I'm going to be watching the replay of that story to see what ends up in it, to be honest, in at 8 o'clock. But yeah, it's been super crazy. Obviously, super happy, and it's just such a cool combination of moments and memories with my dad. So it's really funny, the whole process of this. I don't know, for some of you overseas, unfortunately, if you're not in New Zealand, you won't be able to access the 7 Sharp news stories around this unless you happen to have a VPN, so that you can disguise where you're on the internet from. But literally, if you followed the story, the video is on my YouTube channel of me surprising my dad for a studio recording session, and I posted a little thing on the website. But I thought tonight we'd just kind of hang out. Like, we've just come back from filming, and I've been hastily setting this up to get things running. Joshua, I am in New Zealand. I'm in Christchurch at the moment, hanging out. Literally, like you said, Josh, there's another little segment on a TV news, current affairs 7 Sharp tonight that's happening simultaneously to this. So my dad's in the next room, making sure they keep on the story. But yeah, I obviously, you guys know if you've watched the channel, I film a bunch of things, and this was something I really just wanted to do for my dad, and I thought it would be cool to set up a GoPro and film some of the. It's on. You're turning off the stream. Oh my gosh, I've missed you. Thanks, man. Yeah. So I filmed a bunch. I'm torn right now because obviously I want to go and watch it too, but there's delayed coverage, so I'm gonna check it out later. But so I filmed a bunch of stuff and it took Dad to do a studio recording of a little song that we used to sing as when I was a kid. And just thought it would be neat. He gets to see the process that I go through when I'm in the studio filming, recording. And so we did that. Definitely out of his comfort zone. He actually got asked as when he was sort of at high school and things to be in various bands, but he always said to me, he was like, "Oh, I just couldn't go on stage. It's too awkward." Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you all for your comments. Honestly, like online and everything has just been so magic this week. The comments and love that I've received from you all is super, super cool. So I trust that, you know, we've shared that back in terms of some of what we're doing as well, which is, yeah, it just feels really neat. And so I filmed everything with Dad, and then sometime just after lockdown, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and finish that track. I went back into Manuka Studios with Mike. Some of you have seen on this channel the interview I did with Mike talking about how to record at home, set up your home recording studio so that it all works nicely. That's where we did the recording. And yeah, from there, I love it. Honestly, man, I'll keep interrupting. You guys have been on this channel before, so you know that sometimes I change tack and talk about all entirely different things. But on our way to tonight's filming for 7 Sharp, we went out the door, and a beautiful lady down the street came running to see my dad to say, hey, and congratulate him on his single success. So it's pretty cool, and the whole thing's just been super fun, and yeah, as I say, really, really nice to share with my dad. But I went and finished off the track back at the studio just after lockdown happened, and from there ended up coming down, and I've been hanging out with family for the last month or so down in the South Island, which is cool. It's been very nice. We definitely I can hear them all next door chatting. Families here hanging out. So yeah, and so we I started putting together the edit. We had family that happened to be down 2 weeks ago, and I'd had the idea to surprise my dad with launching it, putting it on Spotify, putting it online, and basically giving him no say in the matter. So yeah, pretty funny. We did that. We teed it up, and we had a little launch party, a release party for him while family were down and hanging out. And he'd actually been in hospital for a while. So because he had no idea, it's all been surprise after surprise after surprise. He thought it was a release from hospital party to start with. That we were all just happy that he was well and out, rather than you've launched your first single online to the global world. So anyway, as you guys saw on the channel, shared that story. The track went up, and yeah, it's had various bits of love around the world. It should be on YouTube Music now. It should exist, I believe. If you want to check. Sorry, I'll turn myself up slightly so you can hear me better. Surprise. If you've had your headphones turned on too loud, I just got louder. Yeah, it's on YouTube Music. You can go and check it out. It should be on all the streaming platforms: Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, all that fun stuff. 7 Sharp reached out and wanted to do a story, and they did a beautiful edit down of that video segment of my dad recording, filming, all that sort of stuff, and that went live on air in New Zealand 7 p.m. last night. And then I was I'm just noticing messages at the same time as chatting to you all, but last night I was literally about to go to sleep. Like, that's been a fun night. We cracked open the champagne. Just a fun journey, and neat to be on air as well. And I checked the charts in New Zealand, and it had gone straight to the #1 spot on the iTunes New Zealand chart. And in the background, I wish I could turn this camera around. My my dad and sister are, I think, looking for champagne glasses to celebrate night number 2. But yeah, super fun. Super fun combo. It's if you hear the chinking of glasses, it's because we're all celebrating, and just been super magic to share that with my dad, my sister, my mum, family, everybody. It's been very cool. So this is a sort of different Ask Me Anything. At the moment, there's no questions. You're all just saying congratulations, which I really appreciate. It really is magic, and I didn't expect this to happen. So people have been saying that obviously I've been releasing music for off and on for 10 years, and obviously I should have got my dad involved a lot sooner. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions or that sort of thing, obviously feel free to chat. And I'm just going to use tonight as really a hangout that we can connect and say hi. And yeah, it's been a funny journey, and really grateful for these beautiful moments that I guess pop up if you just keep at something and keep creating. And yeah, that's what we got asked tonight. Any more songs with your dad in the pipeline? I actually think it would be really cool to do something. And I'm about to head back up to Auckland. I've got some shows happening there, and that's just where I'm off to. But I think it would be cool to maybe we'll do like a virtual show, or because it's quite possible we'll do something down the track, maybe in Christchurch, which is home base for Dad and where I am at the moment. But I think it would be pretty cool to maybe do a virtual. I don't know if that's something you're into. I feel like Dad and I could get a few songs together, and maybe we'll put on a Zoom before he goes solo. Nice, a Zoom concert, just to put something out there in the world. But it's been a very busy couple of days in so many good ways. But yeah, I honestly, I'm going to hang out. Gary, love it. I think that'd be cool. A whole YouTube series on surprising friends and family with recording sessions. It could have very mixed results, although I think there is definitely merit. Obviously, I'm very aware that my dad has a really nice voice. I honestly think he has a better natural voice than I do, which is probably true. Damn it. But yeah, I think that would be cool. Domain, hey man, nice to have you here. It's honestly this feels like, to me, because a bunch of us interact on YouTube and connect each week, it feels like being able to celebrate this with you all. So thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. I really enjoy getting that we all get to connect and chat. So start a YouTube challenge, record a song with a parent. That would be good. There was a 1 hour song challenge that went around. I have something in mind as a challenge that I'd like to set up. I'm going to keep hush about it because at some stage that will happen. At the moment, it's very much running around all sorts. But Dov, to answer your question, this is something you noticed the last couple of weeks. Things changed in terms of image in these live streams. I bought a Blackmagic ATEM Mini, which is a little camera switcher. So this is my main camera that you're seeing now that I use to shoot and film YouTube videos, content, all that sort of stuff coming through. And then I have an Aston Origin microphone. I'll link them in the description below because literally I did a podcast during the last week as well I'll put a link to that. I actually haven't listened to it back. It was a lot of fun with the Slank. If you want to go and search him up on Instagram, or for podcasts, Apple, Spotify, wherever you like to listen to podcasts. I'll be busy putting a few links, I guess, after this particular Ask Me Anything. But basically, after getting the ATEM Mini, it means that I can connect that with my main camera, and the shot's not gonna suddenly change color when I lean in and move around like before with my laptop. So it's just something that I purely wanted to do to hopefully make this more watchable and more, if I'm showing something or demonstrating something with a loop pedal, you can actually see what's going on, rather than previously where that wasn't an option. So, Arnie, is that how I say your name? Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Self-monitoring for looping. When I'm doing live shows, I have one of two options, which is I'm either wearing in-ears. I often wear one in-ear because I really like the engagement, the connection with the audience, and that's really, very hard if you have both in-ears and no control over like an audience mic. So I tend to use one quite a bit, or I will have a floor wedge, a floor monitor. You're like, pretty much, like, not quite, but you tried. Sorry, Arnie. I could make up, who knows, different pronunciations. Where are you from, by the way? Curious. Rhett, could you give some advice about starting up a YouTube channel? Right, how to get your first subscribers, especially under lockdown when we can't do live gigs. Yeah. You're like, perfect. Okay, cool. Denmark, nice. Hi in Denmark. How's things? I hope we chatted tonight, and genuinely in New Zealand, I think a lot of us have forgotten that there is a lot of turmoil still happening in the world. Things are not back to normal, because each day here they become a little bit more normal. And there's gigs happening. There's obviously we can go out and do interviews and connect and meet with anyone and everyone at the moment, which is cool. So, Rhett, talking about a YouTube channel, if you look back and honestly, if you want to start a YouTube channel, look back through the YouTube channels that you follow. You can look back through mine. If you go to uploads, look at the oldest video. They are terrible. So I think the biggest thing is, if you were looking to start, genuinely just start. If you have an idea, if it's recording a song of your own, if it's doing looping, then go for it. My first videos, I started making vlogs. And again, you can watch them. I was watching a lot of Casey Neistat and basically trying to copy what he was doing with zero understanding. But I learned from each thing doing that. And so I made a vlog of, I just bought a longboard, a skateboard, and I made a vlog and uploaded it. It's still live on my YouTube channel. It's about 5 minutes long of me going to buy a coffee from the local store. It's really not that exciting. But like, it's one of those things, I guess that's where I started out. Then I started enjoying filmmaking, if we can call it that for what I do, but telling a story, filming different little segments to try and make it interesting, as opposed to tonight where you're genuinely stuck with this as the shot that's happening tonight. But yeah, I basically started enjoying doing that stuff. And as a result, I got better in terms of my production, in terms of my video things. And I think, and also I started recording myself singing, and a bunch of the first ones are really quite bad. I did on my Facebook page a 30-day challenge where I basically filmed a whole song, edited it, and uploaded it. So the editing was, I wanted to change the look of it to just try and improve its look. I think sometimes it worked, sometimes it failed. And I wanted to just tweak the audio because I was recording with a microphone on top of my camera wherever I was. And so I just went through and I EQ'd the audio just to take out any odd frequencies. And I have put a video on my channel about that. And then I did a bit of compression just so that when you're listening to it, like I'm looking at this tonight and I'm probably a little bit quiet, to be honest. So put a message in the chat if I am too quiet, and I can turn things up slightly, but otherwise I'll leave them as is. But I started learning about the production side of it. And one of the things I think is kind of important is, like, if you can make the image look nice and you can make yourself sound as nice as you can, it's just easier for people to listen and like what you're doing. Whereas if someone sends me a promo, and I actually get this a lot from people, is they'll send me a promo saying, we'd love, if something comes up, we'd love you to book our band or solo or this sort of thing. And the audio is really terrible. Like, I have to really struggle to listen to it. Then it makes it hard for me to then just listen to it, but then to recommend them or to put them in for a show or a venue. So I think some of those things, just start. You'll get feedback, and most of my vlogs, I think I got maybe 60 views. Some of them got 30. Some of them might have got 100 when I was making vlogs, kind of starting the YouTube channel. So it really, and I would share it on Facebook. I'd share it everywhere and try and be creative with that side of things as well. But just the process, kind of like learning guitar, week one, we're not that good. It's just the truth of it. No one that starts guitar week one, I haven't seen anyone yet that literally week one just played amazingly. It takes a bit of time. So just jumping into some questions. Does everyone get the same sound as the Voice Live 3 from TC Helicon? Cheers, Joshua. No. The pedal has so much scope from it, and we all are plugging in different instruments, so everyone ends up with a different sound and tone from it. Which, yeah, genuinely, it is one of those things that changes. I think if you can tweak and organize your own sound that you like. I linked as well. Man, I've got to think of his name. Carl Walkburn. I feel like I've made that name wrong now. Something about it. Walkner. There we go. That's why. Carl Walkner has a really good video on setting up your live looping, basically getting your levels sorted, turn the PA up, and just see if anything really sticks out when you build your loops. It's great advice. Rhett, awesome, man. Congratulations. A friend of mine, just talking about the YouTube, I will come back to these other questions. Just talking about the YouTube side of things, a friend of mine has spent 6 years building his YouTube channel. He got to 600 subscribers. He then, over lockdown, decided, you know what? I'm really going to do this. I'm going to commit to this. He'd learned some stuff, and obviously over 6 years of putting up some content, he is now at over 5,000 subscribers. So I think there's this illusion that maybe it's going to happen this week. But I think if you enjoy If you enjoy filming, if you enjoy like maybe setting up a shot and creating some stuff, then get stuck in. I find it super enjoyable, and I love being able to share stuff. And honestly, some of the things that I've put the most work in have bombed, but I've enjoyed the process. So it sort of like makes it easy to be like, okay, cool. No one really enjoyed that. Let's just make the next thing that I enjoyed it, you know? So, nice. You haven't told anyone about it. Love it. Hey, Ed. Good morning. This is a miracle. You're awake. I love it. Okay, going back up to some some questions. Arnie, Denmark is doing quite well, actually. Awesome. English media praise the way Denmark handled the crisis. Nice. I personally expect the second lockdown in the fall, though, because we do not use mouth guards. Okay, well, sounds like things are going pretty right at the moment, which is awesome. It's super nice to see that happening around the world. New Zealand's doing pretty well. As I say, at the moment, no one's coming into the country, but we're pretty free to play gigs, go out, explore, do media interviews. Yeah, we're pretty lucky, really, really are. All right, nice. I saw your video about go-to songs or crowd pleasers and loved it. Do you have any favorites right now that go over really well with the audience? Honestly, I have been playing a bunch of stuff at home and really not doing live shows the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm really just about to kick back into it. And I guess it changes, but one of the good things of playing live is you typically get feedback. If you chat to people, depending on what's happening, I'll sometimes ask for requests, and sometimes I know none of them. Of course, there's thousands and thousands of songs around the planet, but it can be really, really handy for being like, I should probably look some of those up, and then I find some cool songs that I had maybe not come across, and then learn them and add them to set lists. But I think if you start working out things that work for your demographic, and friends of mine that have immigrated from the UK over here, there's various songs that they've been playing over there that are like, great, yeah, I can pull that out anytime. And because in New Zealand, it's a different culture, different music, different history of songs, sometimes things just don't go down well. So it's way less useful advice than if I just said, these are the top 10 songs you should always play. But I think it's important to kind of read your crowd. If you've got a bunch of people in from the UK, then maybe something that's really popular over there, awesome. Whereas if there's a bunch of people at your show that you're playing in New Zealand, then might be a different set list. But yeah, cool. Ed, I knew it was you. I mean, I am awake. That was a giveaway anyway, even if it didn't have your name. So yeah, cool. Love it. Liverpool in the UK. Nice. We need to see your dad. Should we? Okay. Do you wanna see if we can get him on? He's hiding in the next room, I think. So you have to put some comments, otherwise there's no chance, because he keeps trying to avoid everything. I promise. But let's see if we can go and get him. We have questions for him, mainly about you. Love it. I started a new band. We're putting a set list. Cool. Honestly, one of the good things you can do, just to add to this, and I did it, is look up the top requested songs or the top playlisted songs for weddings online. There's a bunch of different sites that will list them, and that can be a really good start if you want to just lock in some songs that they're not going to work every time. No song necessarily works every time for venues, gigs, shows, but you can then choose from those lists, like, I really like that song. That'd be fun to do with our particular band or combo. So, yeah. So, cool. With time, would you still buy the VL3 for looping, or would you choose the Boss RC300? That's a tough call, Dov. I think I would head towards the RC300 in all honesty, and part of that is I like having specific pedals. It took a long time to learn the Voice Live 3, and I love it. Everything's in one unit, so I've got effects and all sorts. But I do like just with the Boss RC300, within the effects side of things, the same pedal is always your loop, start, stop. You can't be on a different screen like with the Voice Live 3. So, yeah, Rhett, yeah, I'm working on a couple of things. I'm not going to put them out because at the moment they need a bit of time. And some of them aren't looping, but there are a few little arrangements that I've wanted to do of songs for a while. So you will see them on the channel at some point. The one that I will do as a loop tune, Bloodstream's on my list. If you're watching a few weeks ago, I was spending a bunch of time getting that together as a loop. And then also a little bit of MJ, Rock With You. I'm really digging that. And it's going to be a super simple loop with guitar and things like that. So, James, bring your dad on, definitely. Yeah, a wedding DJ, yeah, great. Oh, yeah, congratulations, Ed, on the new RC300. That is very cool. Taylor, thank you. It's a super cute story. Okay, questions for my dad. Okay, I'm just going to switch. I'm going to switch this over, and I will be back in a minute again, ladies and gentlemen, and just see if I can bring my dad on board, because this is his number one track right now. So let's see. The people want you on the live stream, Dad. Go. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we may have a special guest appearance. Countdown is on. We'll fade this out. Oh, look. Dad, he's made it. Number one, New Zealand, iTunes.
Hello, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Yes, been an incredible exercise. I mean, the work that David did to make it happen, and just so super special for to be involved with part of the whole exercise with David. I mean, and the love and the time and the effort and the skill that he's put into it is just extraordinary. And it's a lifetime memory that just you can't beat. Just can't beat.
They've got some questions for you.
Oh dear.
Dad, was David a good child or an utter nightmare like he is now? That's the first question. So,
well, it was the obvious answer. No, he had his moments like all of us, but no, essentially he was fine. He was fine, no drama. And I mean, you have to look at the end product. We all go through certain stages, but the end product is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's all good.
There's another question from Mark. What's it like to carry David to success?
Well,
you guys have been to me tonight. Unbelievable.
Yes, well, I let him carry on as best he could for so long, and then at my age, I thought he needs a bit of help. It's not going to happen. He needs some help. So that's where I came into the picture, and yeah, hopefully it's onward and upward from here.
Who is Jesse? Dov? Neither of us. We still don't know. It's a mystery.
No, we don't know where Jesse is, who Jesse is.
Thanks, Grimch. Thanks, James. Thanks. Oh, Florian, thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's been super cool. we oh, tough questions now for Dad. Beatles or the Rolling Stones? These are like
no.
quick fire.
Tough questions for other people. Me, Beatles.
Beatles. Okay. Bowie or Springsteen?
No, not a big fan of either, to be honest. Yes, if I had to pick one, I'd probably go Bowie. Bowie.
Should we fade out at that point?
Sorry, Bruce.
Congrats, Barry. Not many singers hit number one on the first try. Well,
I had a bit of help, I have to say. A bit of help. I emphasise the bit. Yeah.
Love it. No, it's been super special. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Mark, favourite artist?
Oh, favourite artist. I always loved John Denver. I absolutely love John Denver, and that's probably, if I was to choose somebody.
Not me.
Not David. In terms of a group, it would be the Eagles.
Eagles. There we go. Oh, thanks, everyone. Honestly, it's been super special for us.
Totally.
Hanging out. We were chatting this during the week, and I said I've been releasing music for 10 years. And as soon as I get my dad involved, we hit number one. So obviously something I missed there. But Ed, thanks, man. I really appreciate your comment. That was super, super neat, super special. So it's cool that the song connects as well. Appreciate that, man. Thank you all for your comments. It's been super special. We're gonna disappear and go and celebrate with something other than this coffee. But appreciate you all jumping on. I'll be online again next week. Same time, I'll bring a guitar and just really appreciate being able to kind of connect and celebrate with you all. And he made it on screen. This is amazing.
Super special, absolutely incredible, and loved every bit of it. Just it's so moving and emotional, and so much love and fun involved with the whole thing. It's just incredible. Yeah, memory for life.
Yeah. Cheers, everybody. Thanks very much for hanging out. I'm going to, just because we still can't believe it, I'm going to put this on just to wind up. But have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you again another time.